He's Italian. Any Italians in the audience tonight? Well, thanks to the New York State Work Release Program, most of his extended family is here tonight. They're pissed. Okay, so,
I'm sorry.
but he's really, really funny. I want you to enjoy, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Calabrese! Come on, give a hand! Here he comes! Danny Calabrese!
Hi! How's everybody doing tonight? Come on, let's go! So, I want to start off by saying that in 5th grade, I had a crush on my teacher, Mrs. Cheek. So I decided I was going to write her a love note, but I couldn't write. So I stole song lyrics from popular songs. And she said, Danny, I want to see you after class. So she sits me down and she says, I just want to read this with you because it's so beautiful. You are the sunshine of my life. I'll always be around you. That's very nice. Lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. But then this last one, fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Now, Danny, when you asked me, when you wrote that, was I wearing this outfit? So, growing up, I used to dress in my mom used to dress me in full 3-piece suits, even when it was not appropriate. I have this one picture from high school. I was so embarrassed. My suspenders snapped while I was in the middle of my 3rd lap at the swim meet. So I grew up in Long Island, and growing up I had a summer job. I worked at Carvel. I don't know if anybody worked at Carvel. So I remember my days at Carvel. I had a coworker named Calvin, and one day Calvin clocked out, stepped outside, put on a ski mask, stepped back in the front and said, "Give me all your money or I'll shoot." And I said, "Calvin, I know that that's you." And he says, "What makes you think that I'm Calvin?" And I said, "You're still wearing your name tag." So I remember when I was a kid, I was 19 and I got into my first serious car accident. And it was so bad that I had to ask my priest to immediately pray for me. I mean, I had to. I crashed my car into the rectory. But I've been a guy who's been in therapy pretty much a lot. And haven't had a lot of luck with therapists at all. So far I've had 2 male therapists, and it has not worked out. So I figured for my 3rd therapist, I'd try a woman. That didn't work out either. She said I had a bad attitude. I had the bad attitude. She's the one that wouldn't sleep with me. So a couple weeks ago, I went to the dentist, and I got there late. And let's just say I walked in on him in a compromising position with his receptionist. And when they both looked up at me, I said, "Hey, if you don't want me to squeal to your wife, I'm gonna want all new veneers." And he said, "Oh yeah, tough guy? This is my wife." And I said, "Oh, how about just hit a nitrous?" So I'm a gamer. I've been playing a lot on my virtual reality headset, and I went to the store and I figured I was going to get their #1 game they have out right now. So I got Power Washing Simulator, which is fantastic. I've washed everything from houses to driveways to boats. It's great. And one day my wife says to me, "You know, Danny, That looks like a lot of fun. Can I play? And I said, don't worry, honey. I got you their newest game. It's called vacuuming. So, I'm a daycare dad. I do the pickups, I do the drop-offs, and I dress my daughter for school. And a couple weeks ago, my wife, she did the pickup. And she comes in and she says, Danny, what the hell have you been dressing her in? She looks like a homeless person. And I said, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Because the other day when I went to the school, the teacher came up to me and said, Mr. Calabrese, from now on we want to make sure that Elizabeth is taken care of. So the school's going to be paying for all of her lunches. And I said, you know, it also makes sense to why the other day when we were driving home, she said, you know, Daddy, Miss Danny gave me $20 so that we could have dinner tonight. And then my wife said, it really makes sense why the head of the PTA just called and we won the Thanksgiving can drive. So I try to stay in the community, I try to take care of people. And there's this old lady who lives across the street from me, and I try to look out on her from time to time. I try to be a good neighbor. And one day I see this big guy throw his arms around her forcefully and pull her into the house. So I run over there and I'm like, Edith, are you okay? And she cracks open the door out of breath and she's like, oh, Danny, thank God you're here. Do you have any condoms? So, last time I did a show here, my old bully came up to me, and he told me, he comes up and he says, you know, Danny, I'm the janitor at our old high school now, and I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm the biggest loser in our class. Thank God that weight's been lifted now that I've seen your stand-up comedy. So, I'm a sales guy by trade. Anybody who's a salesperson in the house who has a sales for a living? All right, so not many people. It's fine. So my boss was coming into town, so I figured, okay, I'm going to take him out to somewhere in New York, right? Because he's from out of state, and I'm going to bring him to somewhere really, really nice. So I took him to the Sandwich King, right? This place with nutty homemade breads that are rustic and big Italian overstuffed sandwiches. The bad news is, that's the day I found out my boss was deathly allergic to nuts. The good news is, you're looking at the new Northeast sales manager. Thanks everybody.